Greetings. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Godmother podcast. I am the Godmother, and I pray and I hope that you are having an amazing day on purpose. Let me start off by saying welcome. First, if you are new, thank you for joining us. Please like and share and do subscribe if you have not already. If you are returning, mwah, thank you. Appreciate you much. And please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. So, of course, you know me. I am the Godmother, and this is the Godmother podcast, where I come to give you nourishment for the mind, body, and soul. There is enough chaos, rhetoric, wickedness, foolishness, negativity. I choose to not add to it. I choose to add to the very opposite. I want to uplift our humanity and our society. I want to fill us with more love and compassion and understanding. At the same time, being able to invoke and address and acknowledge those conversations that need to be happening, that need to happen. Many of us don't know how to do that, but this is my way of saying, guess what? For those of you that don't have nobody around that you could be able to talk to and it's going to give you that real that you need for coming from the heart and not from a place of wickedness or maliciousness, but at the same time knowing that I genuinely want the best for us all. At the end of the day, we still have to go through this life and deal with this, the cards that we have been dealt, and experience this amazing journey with its ups and downs. And some of us struggle with just getting through with that on a daily basis. My podcast be able to set the example or to show that you can come to a place where you can feel safe, you can feel secure, you can feel wanted, you can feel understood, accepted, but at the same time, you could be able to learn, evolve, grow, be able to heal. We don't have a lot of those spaces. And so, with all of the testimonies that I have inside of me, I know it is part of my purpose and calling to share my testimony. They don't need to end when this body decays. It is for me to be able to share the message now from my heart. From my heart. Because I care. Anybody that knows me in the area that I stay in know that I'm that type of person. I'm not the one to pacify individuals or wrongdoing, but I can respect you and love you enough and care for you enough to let you know that guess what? I care about you and love you enough to let you know you're wrong and it's not okay. The same way that I could be able to give you praise and recognition when you're doing an amazing job. Because I will definitely, and I do that. But it's by right for me to let you know as well. Because I value us and I value you when you need to be told that it's not okay. As in the individuals that did me. And as my payback and appreciation to be shown for what was given to me, the Godmother has been formed. So you say the Godmother, yeah? Between Don Corleone and the Oracle. Figure it out. But trust and believe is more than just being able to grant you a beautiful dress and a carriage made out of a pumpkin so you can make it to the ball and then leave out of there by 12. It's deeper than that. And so this is why. As I'm still evolving and learning. And so please, whatever it is, this messages may be meant for you. You may know somebody else that needs to hear this message. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now, with me being able to walk in my purpose and fulfill the destiny that I know that is part of the call and why I'm here, I've been able to become an author and get some books published. Now, I have written and published a self-help book. And the self-help book is called Set Your Ship to Sail. Once again, it is called Set Your Ship to Sail. It is a small self-help book that is able to be a structure and guide for ones to be able to begin to create goals and ambitions for themselves by starting with daily activities toward those goals and ambitions. Many people don't know where to start. Many people don't know where to begin. This book gives you a starting point, an understanding to how do you get to the point where you feel like, okay, I want to go. Well, right there, you just did it. You decided that you wanted to go. You wanted something. You wanted to do something different. This book is an aid and a support. It might not be for you, but it could be for somebody else you know. Set your ship to sail. Now, in addition to the self-help book that I published, I also recently just published some journals. Now, anybody that is on that path and that journey of growth and evolution and always wanting to be a better person, many of us, we love to journal. We love to be able to share our thoughts, and we also love to be able to work with a planner. And so I decided to tap into that market and create me my own journals, planners that can be able to be utilized for everyday daily activities towards whatever it is that you need. And some of the special things about my journals is number one, I've created five. I've created five. And out of the five I've created, three of them is part of a set. And it is called the Triple Moon Goddess Journal. You can look it up on Amazon. Triple Moon Goddess Journal. And when you look it up, there's volume one, volume two, and volume three. The unique thing about these is that anybody who is familiar with the triple moon goddess and you know what that represents, each one of those volumes represent a phase of that triple moon goddess. And I utilize those attributes as a guide to be able to use for you to journal. Now, of course, the pages are blank with um, prompted entries. So these are not your regular just notebook pages that are blank. No, these actually have prompted entries for you to be able to fill in. And the good thing is that they do not have a year on them, so you can purchase them anytime, any year. Check them out. Look them. You can look on some of my check my bio. Look on some of my other videos. You can see some of the pictures, but it's called Triple Moon Goddess Journal, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. In addition to those journals, I created two other journals called Daily Grace Journal. And the GRACE is an acronym, and it stands for Gratitude, Research, Alkaline, Creativity, and Exercise. And so it gives a prompt for us to be able to get a dose of each of those on a daily basis and be able to record and uh, uh, keep up with our data and then go back to refer back to it. So once again, it's Daily Grace Journal, and you can access those as well on Amazon. Now, in addition to those, I also made a family book. So it'll be a total of 8 published books, but 6 of them is strictly focused on journaling and prompted entries. But the family book, this is one that you can actually use for Mother's Day. It's the perfect gift for Mother's Day because it can be used at family gatherings and reunions. But it gives us the opportunity to record the family members. So what I mean by that is that the way that the book is structured is that there's many pages where it's that they are identical and they have the prompted entries as far as the details of a particular family member. And all you have to do is at a family reunion, you get your family, each person individually goes to a page, fills it out, and follow the prompts. And then you keep this book as an heirloom to pass down to generations to generations. Perfect book for Mother's Day, even great for Father's Day, but actually just the overall book. It's called Our Family Story. Our Family Story. And all of these, all across the board, are available on Amazon. Last but not least, there's a published book called Lady and the Triumph. And it speaks of the resilience and perseverance of a woman who goes from nothing to a place of or mindset where is it that she understands that she has to keep going and not give up. And it basically travels through her journey of her obstacles, her uh, experiences, and what she had to overcome to build up that resilience and that perseverance and that strength. So, Lady and the Triumph. I got my tea. Yes, I do. And y'all see, I got my clear glass today. So before I go any further, you know I love my tea. And we still working on that project to be able to start drinking our own tea. But right now, I decided to drink me some hibiscus tea today. Okay? I just put a little lemon and some honey. So I love the teas and I am definitely open to any suggestion of any teas, but today I decided to go with the hibiscus tea. And if you're not familiar with the attributes of hibiscus, well, look it up. I love to do that. Because when people used to do that to me, I used to get irritated. I'm like, why they just can't tell me? You ain't always got to believe everything I say. Do your research. So today is going to be a little more hardcore than maybe normal because this topic touches me. Um, Personally. And I always allow spirit to come to me with whatever the message is that I'm supposed to relay today. Okay. So this is the beginning of the week. You know, this is Sunday. We started the week. And I'm always utterly thankful and grateful for another day, another week. And I prepare myself for the week ahead by setting intentions. And as I told y'all, you know, I'm going to continue to make my efforts to be consistent on my podcast so that I'm being able to bring you all content so that you all can be able to, you know, get a chance to, you know, get to know me better. And I had a few topics, but one of the ones that just kept whispering and whispering in my ear was an apology that I needed to make to the little girl. The apology that I needed to make to the little girl that watched me do all that I did as I was growing and trying to figure out what it was. And that little girl didn't understand that I was growing and I was trying to find out or figure out what I was doing so I could know what I was doing to even know that some of those things I didn't need to be doing. But she watched me. She watched me closely. This little girl watched me drop out of school. She watched me decide that there was other energies and individuals that were stronger than where my focus needed to be because it was never about school or the subjects or the courses of the classes. No, I was allowing outside energies, which made me decide to drop out. Miss all of those extracurricular activities that many of us can't wait to do in school. And she was hurting. No prom, no graduation, no luncheon. And she is smart. She gets straight A's and honor roll. And I allowed her to watch why she missed out on all of those beautiful things. So I apologize. Why? Because I allowed outside energy to control my inner thoughts and allow me to be distracted. But I'm growing. I don't know this. And we were taught sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. And yet, I still dropped out. This little girl was so happy to do her homework, was so happy to show her parents her report cards and everything. Was so happy when the teacher would give her praise. And she had peer pressure. Make her quit. Because she wasn't strong enough. They growing too. They don't know what they doing, they just doing stuff. But she want to focus on the big picture. And I owe her an apology. Because that's not okay. Many of us watch and we sit here and we look at what we set an example on. I'm apologize to the girl that had to watch me with my ass all in the air, half naked, because I felt like I'm the dime piece, and because I'm so seductress, or I can seduce you. I'm just, where is it that I'm showing that sexual objectification? What was I looking for? Attention. I apologize because I should have been attending to her. I wasn't attending to her. I was attending to the attention I wanted somebody to get so that I could tend to them. And I want to tend to them. And I got to apologize. I got to apologize. That's not okay. Because they'll set those seeds for that fucked up energy. Or that downright panty suffering that this little girl is walking around with. And why she made the action she did, because she didn't realize that she was dealing with pain and suffering and she needed healing. Apologize to that little girl. I'm running away from home, sneaking men in my window, waiting till mama go to work. I just want to be grown. I deprived her of her youth, of her innocence, of her fun, of her laughter. And it took me to get as old as I am to realize I owe this. Period. I am thankful and grateful to stand here at this state where I'm in, to be able to say, man, I identify and I know what I did. Many people can't do that. but I can. And I know that that little girl, I heard her. I heard her. And I let her carry around so much pain because I refused to allow her the opportunity to see that this what it was. I apologize to this little girl for the abuse to her body, physical and non-physical. I felt as though that it was better to use myself as a commodity instead of use my gifts for an honest living. I apologize, little girl. Somebody told me I had a big ass and that I could be a stripper and I could make so much money. And I abused my body. I apologize, little girl. I apologize. I apologize for playing a very major role in the pain and suffering that you have carried for so many years. And then that you even seeing it passed down to the generation behind you. I'm not putting this on anybody before me. Because I can tell you, it was a lot that actually told me not to do this and not to do that. I made choices. And that's why I'm apologizing to this little girl. I jumped on my father because I was mad. And I deprived this little girl the time with her father because I thought I knew all the facts. That who had to bury father at a young age. I apologize to this little girl. Acknowledgement is something. Ownership is more than just physical, materialistic. And a lot of this stuff that we see out here, we set the example. And it hurts me because I see it. I'm identified because it's hard for people to accept my direct importance, especially toward the foolishness. As a human, in my eye, we are precious gems and cargo. We are diamonds. We are energy that no value can be placed upon it because it's not monetized. We are a divine entity. And we treat ourselves like shit. I apologize to this little girl for the fights that I got into and I wound up in jail. I had her sit there and have a record because I'm angry. Because I didn't want to listen to those ones that came before me and was trying to talk to me. And now they gone. And I'm in a spot. I hear their voices saying, "It's your turn." Remember all that worrying and stress I did? Your turn. They wasn't lying. They seen some stuff. Yes, they did. Now I'm seeing my stuff. I apologize, little girl. Oh, I apologize. When you really take those rose-colored glasses off and you actually acknowledge and admit and address and confront what's going on out here, I know my generation played a big part. Freaknik, the gun violence, teen pregnancy. We were out here fucking and sucking. And then we got to ask the government to take care of these shorties? Wow. Putting them in garbage cans and shit? That's where we at? Not to be cliche, but let's just state the facts. Slavery was real. I don't even know how we demonstrate like this. I apologize to this little girl. That's crazy. All the smarts I had. School was no problem for me. I'm not bragging, real talk. No problem. Anybody can say it. I chose to get a GED. I didn't want to deal with it. And matter of fact, I won't say chose. They kind of put like, you ain't gonna get this little money if you don't go take this little test. And I'm thinking like, I want to take a little test. I just didn't want to take the test. I wasn't worried about it. I said, my thing is this is that I'm an individual where is it that if I don't like what I see, I remove myself. But then now here I am in my 50s and my purpose is so present to where is it that that's why I'm being vocal. That's why I'm doing something. I'm no longer saying I just gotta throw it away or walk away because I don't like it. I do something. Then I got 4 children and 7 grandchildren. That is reason why I do something. I apologize to this look. I wanted to reach adulthood so fast that I deprived her of being a child. To get to my age, to only stress to the young ones to enjoy your childhood. Who would have thought? The way tables turn. I apologize to those little girls for bouncing round and round with children trying to find a place to stay. Because I chose to believe an individual that I thought was going to be there. And instead of me saying, let me swallow my pride and go and follow some rules and regulations, no, I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And then I bounced me and my children around for a while. Until I bounced on my head reality hit me dead in the face. And I looked at them and realized they did not ask to be. It was time for me to have some ownership. Acknowledge what I know I needed to do. That was hard. And now I'm apologizing to this little girl that many of us need to do because we walking around here and we doing the most to ourselves. And it may have started a long time ago. And because you refuse to deal with the pain and the suffering that you're walking around with and not get the healing, you're making these choices and you adding on to it. You know how I know? Because it's the actions that I see. The killing, the fighting, the robbing. As they say, I don't get it. I don't understand it. If opportunity ain't never been big, it's been big now. We got to use our head. We got to move smarter. We moving reckless with guns, and my thing is this is that. I pray to God y'all that trigger happy. War kickoff. Man, frontliners, I want to hear shit. Females, y'all out here banging, fighting one another, and then shooting one another. Are you putting that much energy into your healing? You're going to do an act. Because he pissed you off or he hurt you or she said something bad. But you wouldn't have let what they did take you away from your loved ones, your children. Why? Why give them that much power? Who gives a fuck what they said? Who gives a fuck what they did? They put their hands on you? Physically. They put their hands on you physically. Hey, do you? We speaking of like meaningless stuff though. Y'all killing one another. Why? It's free to stop fucking with somebody. It don't cost nothing at all. Now, it is some crazy people out here that will try to take you out if you let them go. But this is where you got to have discernment on who the fuck you fucking with. The ones that this is meant for, they say, I don't know who this message for, but it's for somebody. Start taking some ownership for the decisions that you are making and the choices that you are making. Because this is playing a lot to why things are not going in your favor in your life. And I know damn well it ain't just the people that look like me and my people that's around here acting a fool and cutting up and killing. No, it's not. And I'm not speaking on a racial level. I'm speaking to period. Society, humans. My offspring, the generations come behind me, they got to live in this. All this chaos and hate, envy. Why? Because y'all truly scared. That would fuck me up too if I finally get the understanding that in this life, there's only one guarantee. You will transition. That's scary as fuck. And when you realize that that's the only guarantee, no wonder you're moving like you're moving. But until you really get to know yourself and believe, know who you are and what you are made of, that will not be a fear of yours no more. But that is what has been implanted in society. And so, of course, you live like you don't care because you don't. But that's really fear. Because you're pained. And you feel like it's easy. Just take me. I got to go anyway. Well, if you feeling like that to the ones that is parents, why you bringing kids in here then? Don't have that attitude and you got somebody come behind you. That's that bullshit. They ask, what you doing? I make $1 out of 15 cents. Well, how you do that? I lift as I climb and I build as I dialogue. Now, who you doing that for? The ones coming behind me. I've did enough foolishness, recklessness, stupidity. Thankful and grateful I'm alive. So it's my duty. I'm not just here for shit. My testimonies are true whether you believe it or not. But the things that I see, this shit is wicked. I've been saying this for years. There's an attack on the mental and the emotional. Guard the fuck up. Let this meaningless shit go. And stop just in loving or enjoying loving how you look. And start loving who you are. By starting to make better choices and decisions. If you're hurt and you don't like something, it got to be a better way to approach the situation. If you're not able to totally just leave individuals or remove yourself from the environment, then you need to seek support or assistance or aid that can help you do that. Not go shoot up a school or a store. What do we do? Why? You're not happy with yourself, but you choose to be intrusive on somebody else's life and do something to them because you made. Oh, I'm a widow. I'm mad too. What I wanted to do and what I did was two different things to the individuals that did something to my loved one. That's not how life worked though. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, karma is real. Them planting your seeds, whether the ones you intentionally do or unintentionally do, you're going to harvest them. I had to start with myself and apologizing to this little girl for the decisions that I made in her life that affected her. That is many out here doing the same thing. I was talking to my daughter the other day and I told her I'm fed the fuck up. I'm at a point where it's that I'm not dealing with the bullshit anymore. You know why? Because life is too short and life is too real for me to be playing games with somebody else's kids. In addition, time don't stop. The clock keep going. And with all this in me, I got to make sure that I give it out because y'all gonna fucking need it. Just like the ones that came before me and put whatever it is that they was able to put out that we was able to get access to that we had to absorb. That's why the fuck I stand in this mindset right now. We need more unity in the community with the cliche of that phrase, but it's depth and real. The same type of harmony, organization, ink sync we do for the line dance. Where the fuck is that at for humanity? We need to get in tune and get on beat and slide our asses to a better place. To be unalive or transition does not have to be the ending zone. That's what we were taught. But until you tap in, many of us don't even know what level or percentage capacity our brain is working at. Everybody different because everybody tapped into different shit. You don't even know. Now, if your motherfucking brain ain't tapped into shit, that's sad. That you sitting over there with a motherfucking head on your shoulder, a whole divine energy, and you do nothing with it. Shame on you. It's like I slap your ass. Shame on you. You should be doing something because it is a gift. And when you allow your heart and your mind to work together, woo, honey, for the greater good or just the good, period. Now, you're right, it's some deceptive, devious, demonic individuals out here. I ain't talking to you. Get the fuck off my page. Everybody else, use that energy in something positive. Your pain and suffering that you are harboring and you carrying around, bringing that pain and suffering to somebody else in that manner, it's not going to eliminate yours. You still went through that experience and it's still there. But you can turn that into something that can be a benefit. I'm not able to give you that answer. You have to figure that out because everybody's life is different. It ain't even just on the news. We used to stop watching the news because we didn't want to be able to see all of the negativity and the rhetoric. You don't have to just watch the news. It's everywhere. And I'm saying to our people, as a human society, let's heal the hurt. And let's unite to unleash major, major progress. It's not going to happen from our government. It's not going to happen with the religion. It's everybody is going to play a role within themselves. And then when you come together collectively, you will see the domino effect. I love the individuals that I follow, that I listen to, that I take heed from. I even have to catch myself because I get myself so emotional and so upset when I see the things that I see within our society, and especially with my young people. I'm exhausted when I see that woman walking around with 5 or 6 children and she's barely surviving. We making babies and we not making no sense. We fucking and we not creating foundations. We making money and we ain't building. I don't give a fuck about your titles. I don't care all of that, none of that. And if you are doing it, this message ain't for you. Keep doing that shit. You're probably one of the ones I'm watching. But to the ones that's not, because there's too much money being spent out here for us to not be in a better financial situation. I mean, our fucking government is in a deficit. What am I doing? Number one, I stay out of foolishness, drama, wreckery, chaos, bullshit, fighting, this and that. If that's the environment, if that's the scene, it doesn't include me. Number two, I've always focused on and filling my energy up with growing, progressing, building. It's about that. Whether that be reading a book, whether that be learning a new course, learning a new skill, something like that, a lesson, something to that nature, where I'm using my energy and my time constructively. Now, of course, we all know work is going to take that. But work is actually to pay my bills, right? And it's also building up somebody else's dream. I got to put that same amount of energy that I put into a job into my business, my craft. So that is what I do. Another thing that I've been doing, I've been frequenting my black businesses. I told myself I got to do better with supporting our community, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm not going to just be the one that's just talking. This goes back to setting the example. That's why I said I had to apologize to this little girl for the examples that I was setting for her. It took me to get in my 50s to realize this. I respect everybody. And with me being a female, I'm going to respect female. But I love giving props to women. And when I see them women out there doing what they doing as far as progressing, growing, being inspiring and motivated, those are the blueprints I follow. What is it that you're giving back into the community? What is it that you're giving back to us? What is it that I could take from you in a positive way that I could be able to say, man, I learned that. And then, as they say, knowledge is the key. Take that key and open the door. That's what I do. I spent enough time on bullshit. So my message to you today is to look yourself in the mirror and apologize to yourself for all of the pain and suffering that you have caused based off your choices and your decisions, and start from there. And the best way to prove an apology is through change behavior. And that's why I stand here today. Many of us don't know how to take ownership or acknowledge what it is that we know that we need to do. So I had to start with myself, and that's why I apologize to that little girl that I deprived of her youth, her innocence, her fun, her laughter, because I was eager. If that's you, don't do that to yourself. And if you are doing it, stop. I hope this message resonated, you know what I'm saying, with someone. And I pray that, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for you and you know somebody that could use it, pass it on. Now, before I get out of here, I always tell y'all I share my tea. I'm almost finished with my tea. And the T, we have the T stands for thankful, E stands for experience, and A stands for accomplishment. So I'm going to start with the T where I'm thankful. I'm thankful because I have been without a steady income for a while now. But I have to admit, I'm so thankful that I don't have to worry about how am I going to eat and how my bills getting paid, because everything has been, taken care of. I remember I made a video earlier about talking about how I'm going to be mindful spending and saving. And I really feel like that has helped me. And I'm thankful that I made those decisions to start working on saving more, because right now, during this time of transition, it has helped me. And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful that I made the decision to say, okay, it's not about the present moment. It's about longevity. How long could I take? Yeah, I didn't have a lot of savings, but I had something to be able to walk me, you know what I'm saying, in a steady pace till I got to something more. And I'm thankful. My experience. So I live in Chicago, and I stay in an area where it's that the flooding is very, very bad. And my experience is that I experienced so much bad flooding that it began to take a toll over me mentally and emotionally, because I could not believe that the maintenance was not stepping up and helping me the way that I feel like that they should. And then it started to dawn on me like, Where's the person's or people's humanity? You don't care? I wouldn't do that. But that experience made me understand that I understand everybody ain't like me. And sometimes whatever it is, people make decisions and that you might not be on the top or half of that decision. And that experience also made me recognize that I don't have control over the decisions that people make. But I do have control on how I respond to the decisions that were made that affect me. And right then and there, while I'm going through all that flooding, I realized that they were not going to do this and move fast enough. And I mean, I got pictures. I had sewage coming up and everything. I began to get myself in some PPV gear and I started cleaning up. And as I was cleaning up, I was praying to myself for my strength and for my sanity to calm down. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, they don't have to live here. I do. And as I was cleaning up, I think I was cleaning up for about maybe 10, 15 minutes. The plumber called to say that they would be there in 5 minutes. My experience needed me to embrace my patience, not force their hand, but embrace my patience. Because I couldn't make them do what I needed them to do right now. But me sitting here getting myself mentally and emotionally drained wasn't going to fix it either. It wasn't the best experience, but it always learns something and takes something away. And then we have accomplishments. Well, right then, when I say I have been out of work for a while, let's just say my accomplishment is I found something again. But that's what I do. And it's merely just a stepping stone. And the accomplishment is that I'm going to always figure out a way. It's easy to get stuck in that place where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, let's not talk what you don't know how to do. Let's start what do you know how to do. And when you start there, watch how many other things start opening. And that's my tea. Got a little bit emotional today. But I want to say this. I meant what I said and I said what I meant. Let's get it together. I'm not talking about the Bentleys and the Royals. I'm not talking about the 16-room mansion. I'm talking about the unity of building better so that we could be able to create the generational wealth that needs to be left for the ones coming behind us. In addition to blueprint strategies and methods that's going to help them in what it is that we have no idea that it's going to come. I am your godmother. This is the Godmother podcast, and I have enjoyed you all this today. Please, if you have not already, like, share, and subscribe. It has been a blessing. Until we see one another again, peace and love. Have an amazing day on purpose.